Looks like it's working. Well, seems like it's working. Hello everyone and welcome to, I shall call this week Streamathon week or something. It's like streaming every day this week, but I mean it's crazy week out there. It's Black Friday. Guys and girls, that means very much crying at the end of the week about empty wallets and all the good stuff. And flooded email inboxes with deals on top of deals on top of deals. If you don't want to spend any money, I highly suggest to immediately unplug your system from the outer world, not get any internet at all, and just take 5 days off. Other than that, it's the craziest time of the year for sample libraries and virtual instruments and stuff like that, because you just can spend tons of money and even feel good about it. So, with that being said, one of my favorite developers has Black Friday as well. What we're gonna do is first of all switch the screen here so we can see something. I think we can still have a little bit of background music running, a little bit quieter. So we are going to take a look at Strezov sampling today, and coincidentally they also announced their Black Friday deal today. So let me just paste the link for you guys. Strezov sampling, so this is up to 50% off on all of their catalog, and we are specifically taking a look at AFFLATUS strings, chapter 1, strings today. Honestly, a library that I wanted to get my hands on for quite a while, actually since they have released it, but I never got around to getting it, and the Strezov team were kind enough to send me an NFR copy 3 days ago. So it's pretty much a first hands-on experience for me as well. And we have a lot of ground to cover today. I don't know how long the stream is going to be today, but there is a lot of stuff to cover. So we have the website out of the way. There's a Black Friday sale going on for a lot of their stuff. A lot of stuff is 50% off, so definitely check that out. But again, today we're taking a look at AFFLATUS strings. It's a Contact Player library. You need Contact 5. Interestingly enough, it didn't run in my Contact 6 version. So you need to have, if you don't have it, you get the free player version, but you need to install Contact 5 to run the library. And well, what can you say? I mean, I highly recommend reading. Yeah, we are on Cubase today on, interestingly enough, Cubase 11 today. So I thought maybe change it up for a moment to do something else and have another DAW next time we do Ableton or something. I don't know. If you're allowed, I would love to see compared with other libraries, particularly Cinemax String Packs. Explain how you use it in conjunction with CSS. We will try to cover that and have a look at that for sure. A lot of people honestly don't consider AFFLATUS like the bread and butter string library for your everyday usages. And I partly agree with that sentiment, but also not. So we will take really a deep dive today. I actually don't want to talk too much. I just want to load this thing and show you what's inside, because that is going to be the largest part of the stream, because there's just so fucking much in there. It's crazy. So the overall sentiment for the library is a little bit different than your regular all articulation string library. It's actually multiple string libraries in one. And it's all based on different, you could say, emotions or playing styles, section sizes, and it's hard to explain. You really need to hear it. Hey, Dominic. So in case I forgot to greet anyone right now, I'm putting my focus now on the music side of things. I tried to read with the chat. I have the chat here in the corner of my eye, so to say. But yeah, bear with me if I don't see anything right away. Remco, maybe if there's something important, you can put my nose onto it. Thanks so much, guys and girls, for joining in today. This is gonna be good. Last but not least, before I forget it, Strezov Sampling also were kind enough to provide a giveaway copy for today of AFFLATUS strings. I think that is one of the biggest giveaways we have ever done, because the regular street price for AFFLATUS is like $800, so $800. Right now it's 50% off for $399 for Black Friday sale, and they released the 1.3 update, which is one of the reasons why we're covering that in depth today. And yeah, one lucky guy or girl can win the library by posting, not pasting, don't paste. Post a comment underneath the Facebook post that I just left in the chat. At the end of the stream, we will do a random drawing. For those of you who are following this channel know, we utilize a page called commentpicker.com. Here we have the URL again, and right now we are looking at 45 comments already, so that number is likely to grow. One lucky winner at the end of the stream that will get this library. Before diving into all the other stuff here, it's like close to 100 gigabytes in size on your drive, so you need quite a good chunk of space for it. It's just pretty huge. And this is what you get. We have combinations, ensembles, violins 1, 2, violas, violoncellos, basses, experimental, and pads. And I actually want to start with the experimental section. That's the first thing that I tried out when I got the library 3 days ago. So let's open that up. The interface changes every now and then in terms of the picture behind it, depending on what you load, but the overall controls stay the same throughout. Right now I'm running it straight to the stereo out of Cubase, so no processing or anything else applied. So what you hear is what you get from the library. Let's start with angelic strings, which is violins and choirs. So let's take a quick look at the controls. There is a little wrench icon up here that allows you to, for example, mix the individual instruments. You can turn on niente, which means when you turn the mod wheel all the way down, it will go to silence. Sometimes that's preferable instead of still having sound at the bottom portion of the mod wheel. So when you have niente, you can turn it all the way off. So that's niente. Sustained notes, I'm not really sure what this is doing. We will figure that out later. You have some control about attack and release. And again, on these special or experimental patches, you have mixing options to funny enough, I didn't even see that before. So you can actually, you get a nice choir patch with the strings as well. Nice, didn't even know that. So, back to normal. Angelic strings. There is an inbuilt reverb that you can turn on or off. You have right now one of the standout things already, which Strezov nailed, in my opinion, is polyphonic legato. So legato is activated, but you still can play polyphonically. So that means you can play legato lines polyphonically with the same instrument. That's pretty cool. If you just need a regular sustain patch, you can turn off the legato transitions. And with that overlap button, you can really make it monophonic so that the next note cuts the preceding one. So no more polyphonic playing. That's the classic legato style as we know it from other libraries. Releases, as the name implies, turns on and off the releases. I would personally recommend to leave them just on. Just way more natural. So, Leveler, good. Good to hear that your test was negative. Matthew, have I won Strezov AFFLATUS already? We will find out very much later. And correct, Scambot, that is absolutely right. Everyone is a winner already because you can get this thing for 50% off. So instead of 800 bucks, it's 400 bucks. And as you will see in the course of this stream, with the amount of content you get, 400 is a, well, not a laughable price, but it's a steal to get it for that amount of money. So back here, last but not least, we have 3 mic positions for all the libraries. So dry or close. Then we have Decatry. And we have the famous Bulgarian hall sound. So, that shall conclude our overview of the interface, and you also have that little help or question mark here, help button, that explains some more of the settings and what you can do with them. So we played a lot of the angelic strings. Let's go through some more of these experimental patches. Avant-garde strings staccato. And again, that's the inbuilt reverb. I have the library dry. So kind of like, yeah, very avant-garde articulation, a little bit next to the note, pitch modulation, things going on. If you need to write that kind of stuff, I don't know of any other library that has that kind of sound, to be honest. Turn the reverb off, that's the same in sustains. What what does pitch bend do here? Oh, wow. And CC64, my sustain pedal. I need to so friggin' tape down my sustain pedal. It's always like running out of the room. So very cool aleatoric stuff there. We have Indian strings in the experimental folder. Wait a second. Just trying to moderate my YouTube comments here. So, there we go. Hey, Patrick. I have the feeling we can spend the whole evening just with the experimental folder. We haven't even touched a single of these actual string patches, but I just so friggin' in love with that experimental stuff. Listen to this. This is like out of this world. That is just the blue range. You also have green range down here. So you get all this little upbeat, I forgot the actual term for it. That ornament. And you can play in octaves as well. That was actually the first patch I loaded when I got the library 2 days ago, and I played with that for like half an hour. It's just plain beautiful. Then we have the same thing kind of layered with a duduk. I mean, can you imagine you buy a string library and you get like an ethno library in and of itself as well for no additional cost? It's like, oh wow. That's pretty cool. We have tibetanische Hornstreicher. Tibetan horn strings. If anyone needs big, bad, low horns that are not Brahmedy Brahm stuff, but orchestral type of stuff, there you go. You're welcome. Witch Hunter strings. So, that was the experimental section. That is like 1/10 of the library. Scambot, I love that center. Well done. Very well done. We also have, if you have seen my other streams on Bulgarian Ethnic Orchestra or Japanese, Chinese, what is it? The Asian Ethnic Orchestra. Jade, that's what it's called. There we have also these pads, and they did these pads with AFFLATUS as well. With sci-fi and fantasy sounds. Hey, Strezov Sampling, very nice of you to come by. Welcome to your own show. And thanks, of course, for providing that awesome giveaway for today with one lucky winner who will get this very library we're taking a look at today. So you don't only get strings, you get all this other content as well. Very cool stuff in there. And these pads, also you can choose just the elements you like. If you just need the percussion. Or the effects. So a lot of stuff to choose from, bunch of sci-fi and fantasy patches. With Scambot, you're already impressed. The funny thing is we haven't even looked at the main elements of the library. Okay, let's take a quick look. I want to start with how the library is constructed or made up. So in the combinations, these are pretty much all the different how do you call that, emotions or playing styles and section styles, section sizes. We have arrival, lush strings, minimalist strings, psychato strings, scene d'amour, sulpont. No, let's go to the ensembles. It doesn't help. We need to go through one by one. There's just so fucking much content. You cannot put that into words. You need to hear it. So let's start with the ensembles. With the combinations. So arrival strings. Arrival strings are exactly what the name implies. Namely, sliding up or down from one half step above or below to the target node. When you need that, I mean, that's a very specific sound, but if you write something where you need that sound, there is no library that does it. So you just take this. Sometimes it's that one note that you need for the beginning of the cue, and you're done. Let's go to the next one. We have so much to cover. I try to be a little bit faster with it. So this is full strings shorts plus divisi. And when you press down the sustain pedal, you switch from the full section to a divisi section. Just listen to the sonic difference between the two. Full, divisi. So you get like a full section size and a kind of chamber size with one patch. So just this switching between back and forth between the divisi and the full section is very, very fun to play if you do that just with the close mics. So it not only sounds great, it's just extremely fun to play. Which is kind of bad because you can lose a lot of time just playing that shit. The Lush strings key switch legato. Let's quickly check that. Play Flight of the Bumblebee. Fuck you. Not gonna do that. What happened? Here, there we go. So this is the full strings longs. This is fucking one of the best string sounds I have ever had under my hands. This is crazy good. And the whole thing, even when you just play freaking chords, you get these legato transitions in between, when, for example, holding the G major on top here and then doing the low end. It's crazy good. So that's the Lush strings. And we will take a look at that in a little bit, but you don't only get the ensemble patch, the combination patches with all the sections, you have also the individual sections. So if you like the Lush strings, you can also just take the Lush violas with the same effect and then write your full regular string arrangement. So, but we come to that later. Let's stick to the combinations to get an impression of all the different styles that you have. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, the key of AFFLATUS is that you get like 7 different string libraries in one. So we already had the divisi shorts, for example. Now we have the Lush strings. Let's take a look at the minimalistic strings legato. Loading. I should have battery saved the whole thing. So the dry question, right now the sound is out of the box. There's an inbuilt reverb and you have the mic position. So the driest you can get is with a close mic alone. Which has that nice vintage vibe. So, and even the minimalist can sound pretty big with that inbuilt reverb. So that is the minimalist strings legato, but we also have tenutos. And again, I'm playing the full section patches right now. You have the same stuff available for each and every single string section. So for basses, cellos, violins, and violas, which makes it even more so versatile. But the ensemble patches are just fucking fun to play. I can't stop. don't to want to spoil the party, but if you guys could stick to English in the chat, that would be great, just so everyone can have a portion of the fun. So, thank you. I don't think that these two noodles are tempo synced, but well, we can't have everything at once. Psychato short strings. Wow, just this low end. Emre, how many gigs this library? It's close to 100 gigabytes. Can you? I cannot check round robins and dynamics right now. Read the specs on the website if you're interested in more details on that, because there's just so much more content that we have to discover. And honestly, I don't really give something about numbers in terms of round robin or gigabytes or whatever. I want to play it and see how it sounds. If it sounds great, it can be 2 round robins. If they sound great and are programmed well, then it fucking works. I'm just interested in how it sounds. And again, it's kind of like comparing apples and oranges when you put this next to other regular bread and butter string libraries, because that's not what AFFLATUS is. It can be that. So you get your regular shorts, you get your sustains, you get your... I don't think that the library has tremolos, for example, but it is not the aim of AFFLATUS to be your bread and butter library and your everyday library that you always use. AFFLATUS is something that you use when you need that certain type of sound that you cannot get from a regular bread and butter library. At least not as easily as you can do with AFFLATUS. So if I were to compose a piece that needs to utilize this very aggressive short staccato playing, I would have to build quite a while on a patch to get somewhere close to that sound by layering different libraries like Cinematic Studio Strings with maybe, I could think of Project Sam, for example. That's some stuff that gets you there, but with this, I just load the patch plate and I'm done. So the sound is just amazing. Then we have seen the Amour legato. Let's see what that sounds like. I assume it's very soft and lovely. Sorry, it's hard to stop playing with that library. I mean, this is definitely not your string run sound. It sounds shit, but I mean, it's called Scene d'amour, Scene of Love. Maybe you can turn off the internal reverb, slam some. This is the typical stuff where you put a seventh heaven on the insert, like halfway, put it into the West Church. Maybe not as much. Let's do the East Church. 3 seconds. Absolutely lovely. Me likes that a lot. Then we have Scene d'amour tenudos as well. So one thing that you have to understand, you have these broad choices of different section sizes or playing styles, but not every playing style has the same amount of articulation. So for example, I think on the Scene d'amour, where you get this lovely legatos and that lovely love amour sound, there are no shorts on that patch, for example. But on the other hand, you have the Psychato short strings where you don't have longs, but it's really tailored to that specific sound, and that one is nailed with that patch. There may be situations that you stumble upon a patch that you really love and would love to have short notes from the same playing style, for example, if you don't have shorts like with the Scene d'amour. But there's enough other stuff to substitute for that, and you can use other short strings or just even a different library. So there is, I wouldn't necessarily say inconsistencies, but with I think if they would have done every articulation with every section size or emotion, so to say, you would look at a 300-400 gigabyte library with an insane amount of content. So that's just not feasible. So I really like the way they determined what articulations or what kind of playing styles are essential for each of these different emotions of fields or section sizes. So here's the Scene d'amour tenudos. I have never had that type of sound in a virtual string library before. And for example, here's the bass range is missing here, but I don't really care because it still sounds gorgeous. Then we have Soul Pond. By the way, we are still in the first folder. We are like 1.5 hours in and haven't even looked at the individual sections or all the other stuff. We covered that. So, but still, So Pond Strings key switch, I guess. Yeah, there are 2 patches. What does the key switch do? Oh, now we have tremolo. Just listen to the basses here. That's nice. I mean, there are other strings libraries out there that cover Soul Pond playing style, although not that many, to be honest. More like in effects libraries and stuff like that. But this sounds amazing. Jeffy, yeah, I sound excited about it, but honestly, I am friggin' excited about it. I have longed to have these kind of sounds in my arsenal for quite a while to be able to utilize that because they just sound gorgeous. Let's check quickly just the the close mic for that. Maybe no reverb. Yes, this is the updated one. We're looking at version 1.3, which has just been released. And just as a quick reminder, Strezov Sampling overall have their Black Friday sale going on. And if you don't win the library today, you can still grab it for half price. So the whole thing is not even 800 euros right now. It is 399.50 to be precise. So yeah, look at the website and check the deals out there. And just as a quick reminder, where we are looking at with the giveaway, this is the link where you need to place your comment for Facebook. And we are looking at uncountable 102 entries. So thank you, Team Strezov, for providing a giveaway copy for today. So we will have a lucky winner later down the line. But that was the combination patches. So we finally managed the first folder. Thank you, Joe, for subscribing. Let's jump into the ensembles folder. I mean, the combinations are kind of ensembles as well. But here, listen to this. Barbaric shorts. Colenio with sticks. And I mean, even if it's barbaric shorts, you still get a nice range of dynamics. But yeah, barbaric is a good name for that. What is this up here? Okay, that's extra foot stomp type of stuff. I mean, it's not even necessary just to check the close mics, but just for the sake of doing it. If you just need the hall, you can do that. Awesome! We have Christmas strings legato. As you can see, some of these patches also have a reduced range. That was not the resolution where I wanted to end up. That was interesting. Yeah, Christmas strings, legato. 6 violas, 4 cellos, and alto sax. I didn't even hear the alto sax. Maybe turn off overlap, so we get a true monophonic legato. Oh, there's the saxophone. Can we change the levels? Nah, not on this. Okay. Seven, can we please keep the chat not R-rated? Thank you. Next in line, contemporary strings spiccato. Ensemble. That is 12 string ensemble recorded in unison. I love the smaller size on this. Heroin strings. At first I thought of something drug addictive, but then I remembered that the female hero is the heroine, so... And for example, you could layer these... What is happening to my voice? Overly excited. Noise. Scammer, that's one of the important things as well. I think this is an amazing sketching library because you not only you can go into depth and write the individual stuff with these single cellos, but you also get extremely workable ensemble patches that sound great out of the box, and you can just pretty much keep them as they are. I forgot the tenuto. So we have another ensemble tenuto, 50 string ensemble recorded in unison. grade pop low string shorts. Missing the range there. Okay. I could see a use for that as well. Then we had these in the combinations already, the staccato strings shorts. Here we have the low and high ensemble separated. Popcorn. I don't know why I played that. I apologize. If you ever need a beefy low-end short string patch, there you go. Hey, Pierre. Okay, we have quartet, sforzato, spiccato. So totally different sound. That's a string quartet. Red Army strings Mercado. So George, or is it George or Robin who's in the chat? Doesn't matter, it was pre-announced that the Red Army Strings Mercado patch is one of the favorites for the composers for Strezov. So let's see what that is all about. It's so boring playing C major all the time. Let's do something in F sharp. Yeah, I understand why the Red Army Strings patch is a favorite. Listen to the dry mic, no reverb, just straight out of the box, just the close mic. You think Spain will have an influence on your composition? I haven't bought any castagnettes yet. I do want to buy a nice Spanish nylon string guitar at some point later when this whole COVID shit is over. So maybe that will have an influence. Cannot tell more right now. But I don't think so. And I am just here for 3 weeks, and the last 3 weeks I have spent with getting everything sorted and building my studio, and it's still not done yet. But we're getting there. It's better than was before. What is the DEF button below the DB button for mics? That's the output routing. So def stands for default, but you can send... Well, no, you can't. Oh, I think it's still trying to load the other patch, is it? Def stands for default. For whatever reason, it's not working here. Usually you can send these outputs to different contact outputs. I'm not really sure why that is not working right now, but it might be the reason that I don't have... Well, I have other outputs. Robin, what's going on? Why can I not click it and select the outputs here? So def stands for default. So usually that's 1 and 2, but you can send the mic positions to different outputs if you prefer to do so. Roof chase, string sticks, string spick. Okay, back to C major. That is beef in the shorts. That sounds kind of bad. Yeah, kind of... No, I cannot click anything here in the outputs. So something's odd here. You should be able to select the output here. Maybe that will be fixed soon in a different update, but right now there is an error. I personally don't use it anyway, so I don't really care. We have Shark Strings Legato. That is 10 cellos, basses, 2 pianos recorded in unison. Why did I do that? Can I at that point just rant about something that is... I love my NI Complete Control 61 keyboard, but who in their actual fucking right mind puts the CC11 control below the mod wheel, so when you accidentally touch that touch fader while moving the mod wheel, do CC11? Who does that? But anyway, so that was the reason why it... Click on the arrows and pull the mouse up or down. Nothing is happening. No. On the other hand, on the roof, well, that little arrow is also not white. On the roof chase strings, I think that arrow was white. Let me quickly check. No. So, yeah, it's definitely not working, the mic routing in this version 1.3. So, back to the... I mean, I love the fact that they did it. And also, these smart cards don't seem to have a release, or at least that release is like 2 years long. So we can turn that even more down. How can you mess up the first 2 notes of that when you want to play it? Staccato, same sound but short. Well, it's not that short. Yeah, talking about upcoming Black Friday, I don't want to spoil the party here and talk about other Black Friday deals since we are on a Strezov sampling stream and looking at AFFLATUS, and we want to stick to that. But what I can let you guys know, what I'm very happy about, on Friday, which happens to be the actual Black Friday, there will be a joint stream with me and Alex Pfeffer. Most of you guys will know him. We do a quick and dirty chat and talk on Black Friday, 8 p.m. Central European time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right around 1.5 to 2 hours, with a little chit chat about all the Black Friday deals out there. If you have questions on which libraries you should get, what is good starter libraries and stuff like that, we will talk about all these topics and try to steer you in the right direction where you shall leave your money. Obviously, ideally in Alex and my shop, but if you want to spend more on other developers, you can do so too. So save the date, Friday, 8 p.m. Dirty talk with Black Friday deals on virtual instruments and sample libraries. So definitely see you there and save that. Undercover strings, sure. Have I mentioned the fact that we haven't even touched the individual sections yet? And we're, I think, 2 hours in. Let me remind you of the fact that we have a giveaway today. Thanks to Strezov Sampling for providing that copy. All you gotta do for that at the end to win the library we are looking at today, AFFLATUS, at the end of the stream, is to leave a comment at this very Facebook post, which I just posted in the chat. Head over there, leave a comment, and you will be eligible for the drawing at the end of the stream, which we always do with this website, commentpicker.com. And just so you know, that is the correct Facebook post. We can also show that here. Or not. Yes, we can. So Please leave a comment below for today's giveaway of Strezov samplings AFFLATUS. Good luck. That is the post, and if you leave a comment there, you are one of, yeah, of course, technical issues. Thank you very much. Fuck you. There we go. 131. That's still not the peak of what we have ever had in terms of comments. I think the most we had was close to 160, but I don't know on which stream that was. But it's one of the biggest giveaways we've ever done. So street price is $800 for that library. So that is quite a big chunk of cash you save for Black Friday, and you can spend on other Strezov instruments instead of the strings. So without further ado, let's jump into more stuff here. Undercover strings short. It's what I love about this library is that it's just so freaking inspiring. Some of these patches can just lead you into a direction you would never have thought of to play. But when you load the patch, suddenly it's there. We have vintage violas and cello legato. Oh, by the way, this can also do divisi again. So when you put down the sustain pedal, I love this back and forth between the divisi and non-divisi. Just so many options that you have there. Light legato, I think, is the same thing, just without the divisi functionality. And then we have the same thing for violins. And divisi. Well, it's still loading. Give it a moment. Still loading. Loading, loading, loading. We are loading, loading, loading. Coffee on the mic. I'm sorry. Maybe I should just do this for the future. So, vintage violins. That is like when they hit each other in the 70s. That was vintage violins. And down with the sustain pedal. I like the fact that you kind of really can hear the resin on the bow. It might just be a little... If you look at the EQ, I think there's a lot of low end going on in these patches. So when we take a look at the low end, so I mean, we are talking about violins, so there's a lot of low end information in that sound. So you get the idea. There is a lot of low end that can also be filtered out if you feel that there is some muffling buildup. And then you could put these two together. Going very, very crazy. I guess that's like 4 GB patch or something. When there is the divisi option available, there is also the polyphonic legato available. So right now, let's play again the full violins. That's solo, then you have polyphonic legato. So, and when you do the sustain pedal down, switch to divisi. You have the single legato and you have polyphonic legato as well. At the last note, I lifted the sustain pedal, so you got the full section sound again. Do you think the discount price is the best value out there at the moment? Actually, the time that you spend writing that line is more wasted than heading over to the website and grabbing it right away, because that price is ridiculous for the amount of content that you get. So the vintage together sound great as well. Sorry. So finally, we made our way through to look into the actual sections. Did I mention holy shit before? This is all the content for each and every single one of these sections. Single patches for violins 1 and 2. And what I also didn't mention yet, a lot of these patches also have a... It's not recorded, I think. It's just a filter, but you get the... what is it called? Consordino patches. And we have some more first chair stuff. So there's some articulations here that we didn't even touch yet on the ensemble patches. So there's a lot of stuff in the individual patches that you don't have in the ensemble patches. So let's quickly... I said quickly more often than not today, but it's not going to be quickly today. I don't apologize. The library justifies it. There's a lot of time to be spent with this one. Arrival violins time machine. So this is even timed. So you can determine how long or fast that... I guess that sounds ridiculous. To be honest, not as ridiculous as I thought. So, but yeah, you can do like 50% to... So then we have the same thing without the time stretch. Nice. Chamber violin spiccato. I think we had these in the ensemble. Holy hell. I wonder what happens when we combine these two, spiccato with a polyphonic legato. Works surprisingly well, so you can create like your artificial marcato patch with that. First chair lag. So they sampled a lag of the first chair. Scratching across the floor or what? Before anyone asks, no, there is not a single vibrato control in the whole library, so you gotta live with what you get. Fucking CC11. Kill me. And you get pizzicato and spiccato as well for the same thing. That's a very sharp pizzicato sound. And then you could, for example, I guess, layer the chamber and the first chair, so you get a combination of both. I am not going to buy an Arturia Keylab MK288. Arturia, I want to have money for mentioning that on stream. No, I don't. First chair, pizzica, then we... Oh, that's... I think that is new with the version 1.3. Harmonic stuff. Harmonic legato, sustain, natural third, tenuto. So let's listen to some of these. I didn't even know that a violin could be played legato or harmonics like this. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's a natural harmonics. Nice. That's the... Oh, tenuto. How does that work? That is a good question. Do we have a violinist in the room? Emergency, do we have a violinist in the room? Can somebody explain how that the actual fuck works, or is that like artificial sorcery that they did there? I didn't know that harmonics can be played legato. Yes, it's possible to play, but only in a limited way. It definitely sounds gorgeous. Nice sound design stuff. Sounds like fireworks. And then we have tremolo with the natural harmonics. If that isn't a Star Trek intro, I don't know what is. And then we got the artificial harmonics with a full range. I love harmonics. Impressionist trills. This is another patch that completely blew me out of the water. Which money? Ideally real money. Don't pay with fake money. That makes Strezov very sad. Use real money if you want to get it. Or win the giveaway today, which would be this. You just need to put a post underneath, well, a comment underneath that post. Where are we at? How many people already are willing to comment publicly on a Facebook post that some random stranger on the internet sets up to grab all your Facebook profiles? 144. Amazing. 144. So that makes 143 sad persons this evening. So, yeah, the impressionist trills, violins. Listen to this. I don't know, there's fucking sorcery that they did there. That's nice, I could do that. Sample a single note, yeah, that's great. Add a second note. Ooh! Suddenly you have trills. But then... Oh, they also do whole note trills. Wait. Minor third? What? And they sampled the fucking evil tritone. You get a fucking full octave of trills. How awesome is that? No one has ever done that. Trills on a whole octave. That patch alone must have taken weeks to sample. Yeah, that's absolutely trilling. Nice. So the Lush violins, now we come to the patch that we had in the Ensemble already, but you can do Lush violins, Lush strings with just the individual sections. And I can tell you, this is very agile, very smooth. It's not like a runs patch, but you can get pretty fast with the legato and still sound pretty convincingly real. Please stop posting like these chance of winning. It's like you have a chance of 1 in a million to win the lottery, of course. But it always makes me sad. Don't talk about that. We will have one lucky winner. So the Sardino is artificial. But it sounds great. So I don't really care. I forgot to mention we do have regular tremolos. And also very nice tailoring range. We now have marcato violins. Noise. We have another harmonics patch from the minimalist violins. That is 6 violins. Salut, Jean! Space. Going where never a human has gone before. We have 6 violins plus divisi. Again, same thing. You hold down the sustain pedal. That's full. Someone subscribed. Kirill, thank you very much. And when you hold down the sustain pedal, you get divisi. Thanks for all the subscriptions for the hitting the button on my channel. Even Strezov followed and subscribed to my Twitch channel. That's great. Thank you, Robin. Love you too. Tenudos, just the violins. Very, very nice. Mysterious violins is, I think these are new. Michael Schuller Music, how do you like this library so far? Just roll back to the beginning of the video. I think I mentioned. I'm a little overly excited today because I love this library so much. It's gorgeous. Why are there suddenly so many followers on Twitch? I mean, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much. That is awesome. We have a lot of viewers, by the way. We have 140 viewers live. That is awesome. Where are we at with the Facebook post? Looking at 150 comments, 4 more, and I think we beat the highest number of entries we had. Already 149 sad people. Yay, I want to drive that number up to 160 sad people. It does not work in context 6, surprisingly. So when I add an instance of context 6, sorry, when I open this in context 6, the library doesn't, oh, now? Oh. I have to apologize. Right after the installation, when I loaded the AFFLATUS patch in context 6, it told me doesn't work and it didn't show up in the library panel. Now it works. Okay. The library also works in context 6. That's what I need to say about it now. My bad. Seems to have been just a like first hands-on issue that I had there. I'm back on contact 5 and the output routings don't work, but that's a good point. Let's check that in contact. We were at the violins. Mysterious. Avreem, thank you very much for subscribing. So, funny enough, also in contact 6, it still does not do the output routings. So that has nothing to do with version 5 or 6. But still, I'm happy enough to know that it works in context 6 as well. So sorry for the information at the beginning. I will put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video that I gave a wrong information there. It does work with context 6. The mysterious seems to be even a little more agile than the minimalist, I would say. So that's like more, not a portamento, but a slower legato. And we have the divisi, which we don't have on the mysterious violins, but that legato is faster. Do you have additional stereo channels activated in contact if there are no channels? Yes, I have. This is my standard setting with 16 outputs. I have 16 outputs available and none of these outputs is accessible through this menu. Don't blame that on me. I didn't do shit. I just loaded the library. Oh, Mysterious have 5 round robins on legato bongs. Yeah, right. Before I forget that, this is something that not a lot of libraries have. You can do these repetition legatos. I think it even helps more when we don't do the overlap. It's not for fast legato, but these round robins on the legato is something that is truly appreciated. Not a lot of libraries have that. Sin d'amour legatos violins. Who moved the CC11? Frank Wolf, I explained that quickly in the beginning. Overlap. So you have this polyphonic legato. And sometimes you just don't want that polyphonic legato. You really want that old style monophonic legato. And when you turn off overlap, then you cannot overlap notes. Then you have this classic legato behavior of monophonic lines. No matter how long you keep the keys pressed. The next note always cuts off the notes before. Whereas when you have overlap on, then you can do... You always hear this little bit of overlap between the notes with the legato. That's because the script behind it, I guess, needs some time to adjust to your playing when you do multiple notes and polyphonic playing. And so this is similar to the ensemble patches. Tenudos. Spider violin is something that I don't know what that is. It is 10 violins. Oh, okay, got it. It's some more aleatoric stuff. I love the graphic, by the way, as well. That's awesome. Then we have sul pont violins, just sustain, no legato there. And the same in tremolo. Tenuto violins. Oh, this is another thing that we haven't touched yet. So these are like arcs. Hey, Martin. What a gorgeous, gorgeous sound. Especially, I think that is great when you mix that with the violins too. Single patches, tenuto violins too. Send these to channel 1. Maybe put these a little bit to the right, leave these a little bit to the left. Same with the close mics. These ones a little bit to the right, these one a little bit to the left. Cambot. I will not build a fucking template for that. What is that? 1,500 patches? I don't know. No, it's just not reasonable to do a template for that. Just for strings. There's other stuff that is more necessary to come soon. I will not say anything. Freestyle jazz. And we have a regular spiccato patch. Noise. I will spare you to, oh, by the way, we accidentally moved to violence too. I will spare you to go with the same patches to each and all of these single categories, since we're already 2.5 hours on streaming, I guess, close to. No, 2 hours, but it's still. So the only thing I want to mention is that some of these individual patches can be put together into multi-patches. So that makes it a little bit more accessible if you like to work with key switches. That's a nice add-on to have that. So if you take the first chair cello, for example, you can also load this and have all the first chair articulations accessible through key switches. That's actually a beautiful solo cello sound. Let's quickly check just the dry close mic. Nah, not a big fan of the close mic there. Okay, can you quickly check the cello master key switch? Sure. Needs to load. There is no DVZ, but we can do Sordino if we want to, and we have quite a big chunk of key switches. Up here you can see which one is selected. So we have sustain and legato, tremolo, sulpont, sulpont trem, marcato, spiccato, and pizzicato. I mean, you could technically just bring the volume down. The question is if it's much louder than the regular patch. So when I take the is it Lush cello? So the same volume as the single patch. So I don't see any difference there. And why should there be? Besides the fact that you can't fucking select the mic output. Yeah, it's pretty loud, but when you turn off overlap. Fucking CC11. Hey, Subfits. Well, that was the greatest playing ever. Wow, Windows Defender, go away. That's just the cellos and they sound gorgeous. I'm sorry for playing so much. It's just fun. And also, there doesn't seem to be much of a negative track delay, so it's instantly responsive. I want to build a mega patch. Violin spiccato 1. No, Omni. Then violas spiccato 2. Omni. Cellos spiccato, which I mean pretty much I think is the same as the ensemble patch, but with individual stuff. So I just want to see what the where's the cello spiccatos? Cello spiccato, there we go. This one, Omni. Also, I want to see what the disk load is when you fucking fire up everything at the same time. Basses, single patches, basis spic. And do this on Omni as well. So we have now 4 patches, 3 mic positions each. Maybe bring the volume down a bit. Some slight CPU issues. The question is, when we load the combination, well, no, not combination. Where was the full ensemble spiccato? Did we even have that? No, we don't have that. We have the ensemble shorts, TVZ. Maybe that works. But we could layer these as well. Oh my god! That is spiccato overkill. Yeah, if we spread that out to different contact instances, it would be way better. Baby shark strings or ooh baby shark strings? It's fun. It's a lot of fun to play. Why was Baby Shark held for review? I think we are pretty much through with it. We missed the Bartok basis. Thanks, John. Yeah, please stick to English in the chat so everyone can have a laugh. We are nearing completion, which means last chance to put your own comment underneath the Facebook post, where we soon will do a giveaway of this very library we're looking at today. So thanks to Strezov Sampling for providing a giveaway copy of AFFLATUS. Again, if you don't win, there is simply no reason to not head over to the website and click on this add button and add the library to the cart. You will get a shit ton of strings, great sounding, and you only lose 400 euros. So there's nothing to think about. Head over there, buy it. I strongly suggest to do so. Well, actually, I strongly suggest not to do so, so I can keep these sounds more to my own. The less people these sounds have, the better. So don't buy them. And also don't win them. Please delete all your comments underneath the giveaway. Nobody needs these strings but me. But other than that, if that didn't convince you to stay away from winning this library. Unfortunately, I have to give away a copy. Well, I could comment on this Facebook post myself. Maybe that will help me to win it myself. Then I have twice the copies and can write twice the music with that. That would be awesome. I'm just trying to kill time here to give each and every one last of you guys a chance to leave your 3 X's underneath that Facebook post. So last reminder, there you go. And also giving you that Black Friday information for Strezov sampling. Head over to the website, check out some awesome stuff in there. Not only the string library, the choirs. I love Arva and Freya for vocals. Rodope is dope, pun intended. I don't know, is Jade on sale? The Jade Ethnic Orchestra? Doesn't look like. Or maybe I missed it. Everything is on sale. I'm pretty sure you get another $5 off when you write Strezov an email and say you want to put all of their products into your cart. Pretty sure that you will get another $5 off. If not, I will give you $5. It seems Jade is not on sale. That's sad, but that's also worth the full price. Which is... There we go, $4.79. That's the full price for Jade. Get that too when you put everything into your cart. So, yay, that sucks for everyone. But what can you do? It is what it is. I mean, the sooner you get more samples and can set up your own company, you can claim the VAT back later down the line, or don't pay it at all. You can move to the US, then you don't need to pay VAT. I wonder what's more expensive, like paying the VAT or not paying the VAT, but moving to the US. So anyway, long story short, AFFLATUS is very quickly going to become my go-to string library. I can tell you that. It is plain beautiful. It doesn't do everything, but it does quite a lot that others don't, if that helps in your decision to get it or not. Paolo, so great to have you around. How's Fluffy doing? I guess Fluffy Audio is having a Black Friday sale as well. I cannot tell much more about it, but we can mention that on Friday. Again, on Friday, there will be an interesting stream, a mutual stream with Mr. Pfeffer, Alex Pfeffer, and myself. We will do a joint stream venture. He on his Twitch channel and I on my YouTube channel. And Matthew, what's your French? It's a different thing to write it down instead of just saying it. So yeah, just want to say, Friday we have a special Black Friday stream where we just kind of talk about the stuff that's out there and what libraries you should get, which not. No, we will not say that. Just checking out what's going on with Black Friday and the crazy weekend where you lose all the money without crying about it. Will you compose with this library? From this point on in the future, quite a lot, I guess. I don't think that I will write something tonight because I really wanted to dive deep and showcase what is actually inside the library. And we already spent a good 3 hours, a good 10 hours on the whole content because it's just so friggin' much. And everything just sounds amazing. But most importantly, really these... Was it the Lush strings ensemble? I want to play that once more. It was just so... Come on! Why you no change? There we go. Which is a favorite patch so far? That because I cannot answer it. But if you would need to nail me down on it, I would say the shorts divisi. I don't know why suddenly my CPU is acting strange. Also, what I would suggest is turning off the internal reverb and slam that good old 7.7 on top with maybe keep the Boston Hall, but set it to like 2.7 or something. Halfway. Well, alternatives for Seventh Heaven would obviously be Valhalla. I don't know if they do a Black Friday sale, but besides Seventh Heaven, my absolute favorite, all-time favorite reverb setting for orchestral stuff is in halls, medium random hall, and then switch to modern. And then bring that also down to 50%. That sounds like this. So that sounds pretty dope. Let's check the minimalist legato. Once it's loaded. And obviously you don't need two reverbs at the same time. You can really hear the tail from the Valhalla vintage verb here. If you compare that with the Seventh Heaven. Depends really on which sound you're aiming for. I love both. I cannot stop playing this. It's crazy good. It's just so much fun. And yeah, last but not least, you asked for my favorite pitch. I think the short string divisis, especially with the differentiation between the full and that's a tad too much reverb there. So I prefer to have way less on shorts. for the short strings, I would also put even more down. We don't need that much. I mean, usually I have it in a send setting, not in an insert. That's why I'm bringing that down so much right now. Spectra Atmosphere, thanks so much for subscribing for another 4 months. That's awesome support right there. I truly appreciate it. Now we do the complete walkthrough again with different reverbs. Thank you very much. No, we don't do that. I think we had a pretty extensive, not review, but view on the stuff that is inside. I tried to make it as close out of the box as possible, so there was no further processing. You sound excited. Nah, that's a misrepresentation. Yes, I am. Does it... You cannot answer that question like, would it be wise to pick AFFLATUS over Cinematic Studio Strings? It's like saying I'm picking an orange instead of an apple. AFFLATUS is a different beast. AFFLATUS is not your everyday, well, overall not your everyday workhorse library. Because at some point when you say, okay, I love the Lush patches and I love the shorts and the longs, suddenly you realize, well, I may be missing trills or tremolos for that specific type. I had that in other, for example, in the chamber strings or in the power strings, stuff like that. But that's a different section size, for example, than the other patches. So there are some inconsistencies in between the articulations between these different sets. I mentioned in the beginning, AFFLATUS is like having 7 string libraries in one, or 8 or 6. I didn't count it, but it's like these different emotions. The core idea behind it is different than your bread and butter string library. So it's not fair to compare it to say, should I rather get AFFLATUS or CSS, because one doesn't exclude the other. AFFLATUS is more a library to build on top of something else. So if you have your basic string needs sorted, for example, with Cinematic Studio Strings, or just released Nashville scoring strings, or with Jasper stuff, whatever string library you consider your main go-to string library, Spitfire, chamber strings, or symphonic strings, it doesn't really matter. AFFLATUS is something that can easily sit on top, no matter what you put underneath. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's an add-on library, but it can in itself work as a bread and butter library as well if you're not too demanding on articulations from the same type of sound, because the content is overwhelming that you get with the library. So there is a lot of stuff in there that just many other libraries don't have. So it's kind of not really fair to compare it to other libraries. It's very special. I haven't mentioned Araya. Yeah, that would have been the same thing. So you could put, when I made that talk about putting CSS or a Spitfire or Araya or Jaeger or whatever, Nucleus, it doesn't really matter. This library is not a substitute for another existing string library. It's really, this is the true definition of an add-on to whatever you have. But at that, it's a really, really good one. And if you don't have anything else, you can still get a lot of mileage out of that as a first choice string library. And the sound is something that, for me, one of the best sampled string libraries that is available out there in the market. Just because of the realness in the sound. And also some of the other patches that are just plain fun to play with. That Middle East string is like. Steffen, unfortunately, you will have to rewind the video and listen to my monologue from the last 10 minutes, because I just talked about what, in my opinion, is the difference between AFFLATUS and other string libraries. So it's not really the same thing. I mean, Berlin strings is very extensively sampled, and is another thing. And I think overall Orchestral Tools has a different philosophy on an orchestral sound than Strezov sampling. Overall, that's my what I would consider this. Berlin and Orchestral Tools is very clear, clean, and not static. It sounds beautiful. But Strezov overall is always a touch more raw. It really sounds like the recording straight out of the hall, you know? And so it's I forgot what I wanted to say. You can't compare Berlin strings or Strezov. It has its own sound, but it's like comparing stuff you listen to with your favorite artists. Sometimes you don't compare artist A and artist B because they both sound great, you know, and they both have their place in your playlist. And the same thing with sample libraries. Berlin or Strezov, both are great, and they both deserve a place in your playlist if you can afford to have both. If you cannot, well, at some point you just need to decide with your gut what you like more. But from me, if you ask me and ask for my opinion, I can wholeheartedly recommend this library. Again, as I said before, no, I cannot, don't buy it. Leave that to the little people that have the library. Don't make it more people having this library. That will be bad for business. Just kidding. Get it. It's awesome. Head over to, if you don't win, head over to Strezov Sampling. Right now, you will not get it cheaper than this. It's 50% off. There's the link. Last chance, drawing the winner in 60 seconds, so to say. Last chance to leave your comment underneath the Facebook post. We are looking at how many comments? 168. 168 comments. Again, that means 167 disappointed, sad people after the next 60 seconds. But such is life. Sometimes you lose and sometimes the others win. It's always like that. So, wait, for what? Why should I wait? Know what? The cool thing is, it fucking doesn't matter what I think who could win, because this thing is not by chance named random comment picker, because this thing determines randomly who is going to win. So I have absolutely no influence. Flosi, your comment is in there. I saw it. 169. So I just have no fucking clue who is going to win this. The only thing that I do is hit a button. And if you have won in the past, there is theoretically a 1 to 168 chance that you might win again. But I think it has happened once already that we had one winner that won twice, but I am not sure about this. But yeah, I mean, if you, for the future, need to do more chances, you can obviously have 5 Facebook accounts. But then you will be shat on by all the others that only have one and will destroy you and kill you and find you and call you and make your day worse than it was before. So don't do that. Just use one account. Just give one comment. Dirk, you rock. Did you call me rock? I'm not a rock. No, we are good. I just keep talking and talking. I want to bring this to 170. Yay, there we go. 170. Okay, you guys ready? Let's do this, huh? Let's throw it out. My new favorite string library into the hands of one of you guys by, I guess, tomorrow. We need some, where do we have the Psychato strings? Something like, no, there was this awesome low-end patch. What was that? You guys ready? Let's do this. One winner to rule them all. 172. Where are these two from? There's this button. I mean, it's like the lottery in TV. Then you have... Usually we should have a break now for commercial or something before we actually draw the winner. Okay. You guys ready? Three, two. That is the biggest giveaway I think we have ever done with a single library. It's fucking $800 that you can save. Fuck it, let's go. 3, 2, 1. One winner now. Ah! Frank Wolf. I saw you in the chat, that's for sure. We have a winner. Frank, congratulations. Yay! So all the other 171 people, you go cry after you congratulated Frank. And on to the next one. Next stream tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. actually, because Alex is streaming tomorrow as well, I think at 7 or something. So we don't want to get in each other's way. Tomorrow we'll be doing a hands-on Red Room Audio's, what's it called? Sounds of Hell. Sounds from Hell. Let's all be frank here. Yeah, that's good. Congratulations. And that was an awesome, fun stream, guys. I love you taking part in commenting. That is really what makes it worthwhile and makes it fun. Thanks, of course, to Strezov Sampling for providing, first of all, my review copy or my stream copy, and also one for you guys to win, which actually was won by Frank. If you didn't win, so if your name is not Frank, head over to the Facebook, not to the Facebook waste book, yeah, to the Strezov sampling website. Their Black Friday sale has begun today, and AFFLATUS is 50% off, so you won't get it cheaper than that. $399.50, maybe VAT applied depending on where you are. And yeah, thank you, Strezov. Thanks, Remco, for taking part of having a look at the chat. Again, just a reminder, we have a Discord channel where you can join the community. The link is below in the video description. I have a little shop as well. If you happen to need templates or MIDI packs, you can check that out. Link is in the description too. You can also support the whole thing on Patreon if you like. We have some nifty little perks that are available there. And if you are not interested in that at all, at least if you like the content, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks so much, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.